that's there, and that's there, and that's
Right,
there.
we are live, I think.
I'm gonna.
I'll let Dave explain. He's the technical person.
Well, I'm looking to see. I'm not seeing you live on YouTube.
Oh no. Yeah, it says it is. I am live on YouTube according to this.
Okay, let's go to that. Right, now it's showing up. There we go. There we go. Right, okay.
Right, so
hang on, I need to find that one. And copy that, go to here.
There we have the thing tonight. So this is going to be a bit crazy. Sorry, folks. We have got technical issues with. Good evening, Terry. We have got issues on. Well, right. Dave will explain now. I'll let Dave explain.
I'm putting something in the chat as hopefully as I type as well. So the issue today is with Google Cloud Services. It's not StreamYard. It's not YouTube. It's something else. Google Cloud Services provides access to StreamYard servers. And whatever the problem is, it's been. Oh, I'm very loud.
Yes.
So I'm just going to paste a thing from the StreamYard status page, which hopefully has appeared in chat. Bong, there it goes. It's in YouTube. This one, what do they call it? Restream is slightly delayed. So anything you. Hello, Pulsar.
Yeah, we are here. Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Read the ID. I'm still trying to get hold of the gang. So.
Yeah, it's going to take a while. So
yeah, so I'm going to try and do a live call.
Oh dear, right.
Richard's here.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, Richard. Yeah, I'm glad people are coming in. It's going to be a bit different tonight because I don't know if I can pull everything in.
I'm going to post this thing again about StreamYard. It's an issue with, like I say, it's a Google issue, Google Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody can get to StreamYard.
Right, I'm gonna try ringing Mike. Let's have a go.
The EE voicemail. Oh. I'm sorry, but the person you called is not available.
Good afternoon, Mick. Welcome in. Sorry, we're having problems tonight with Google Cloud Services, which has affected StreamYard. So we've found another similar sort of platform called Restream. We're going to try and use it tonight.
Yes. So I don't know what I can bring up and what I can't bring up.
It appears to be very similar to StreamYard.
Yeah.
All the buttons and everything else are in the same sort of place. I think it's a clone and somebody's just trying to make a little bit of extra money.
Yes. So
it's let's see. Pulsar's here, Mick's here, Richard's here.
Yes,
Terry was here. I tell you what, the microphone's bloody sensitive.
Yeah.
I may have to. Where are we?
Right, I'm trying to find.
Yes, definitely. Naughty Google.
Naughty Google, yeah.
Microphone.
Naughty Google. 15 people watching. That's brilliant. Okay. I just hope the usual guys. I'm gonna quickly go on to to send a thing from Michael in Japan. So bear with me. I'll talk and try and do this at the same
time. Not a bother. Not a bother.
Right. So we'll do that. We'll do that.
Go to that.
This could be. Hello, Mike.
That one.
Just go tonight. Your StreamYard is down. Google's. I can't get on, but I'm on Restream. We're going live out on YouTube now as it is. I'm talking to you. So just go into the chat, say you're in, and I'll bring up the thing. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll put the thing up. It's going to be a bit different tonight because I can't bring everything in. Okay, we'll still have our free for all though. Okay then, mate.
Yes, Martin, we'll get to that in a bit, hopefully.
Yeah. Right. That's.
Right. Has my volume gone down a bit? Hopefully.
Yes. So I'll tell you what you could do. You could do hatches, matches, and dispatches while I'm piddling about.
How's the mic volume now for me?
Yeah, that's much better.
Right, because for some reason Windows whacked me up to 100% volume. So how can I do that? Right, let's put.
Yes, we're going to be doing hatches, matches, and dispatches.
I'm right. Okay, I've got dig in, find how. Okay, notable deaths in music, and I'm sure you've all seen what transpired yesterday. But let's go back to last week, and it was announced in whatever social media or whatever, I don't know, but it was announced on the 4th, Wednesday of last week, that Arthur Hamilton, an American pop songwriter, had passed away. He was the guy who wrote the song Cry Me a River. So we thought, right, he deserves a mention. Anyway, the 5th, last Thursday, Wayne Lewis, American R&B singer-songwriter and keyboard player. He used to be in the band Atlantic Star with 2 R's. Remember them? It took me a long while, but yes, I do remember. Last Thursday, we mentioned Sly and the Family Stone twice. One was a birthday and one was a wedding. And last week, it was Sly Stallone had got married. This week, Sly Stallone has passed. American funk singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, lead singer of Sly and the Family Stone. How ironic that we had a birthday for one of the band members, we had his wedding anniversary, and now he's passed. Anyway, the 11th, 2 people passed, and Ian hadn't heard this one. Douglas John McCarthy. He was English. He was the lead vocalist of it's called EBM. It's electronic band music or something. Anyway, it was a band called Nitzer Ebb. He was the lead singer of. And of course, we've all heard Brian Wilson, American musician, songwriter, singer, record producer, and co-founder of the Beach Boys. We have a +1, and that's Frederick McCarthy Forsyth. Frederick Forsyth, the author, English novelist, journalist, best known for brilliant thrillers, Day of the Jackal, The Odessa File, The Fourth Protocol, and so many others. Absolute genius, lovely gentleman. Met him once, but he has passed as well. So that's all the sad stuff out of the way. Ian, I know and I can hear is beavering away in the background, so I will continue on.
Yeah. Just bear with us, Chris. Chris is with us. It's technical. We'll go into it.
Oh, right. Oh, good. Welcome in, Chris. Glad you found us. Birthdays, the Hatches. We've got 14 tonight. So, 43 years young, Benjamin Jesse Blackwell. Who the hell is he, you might say? He's an American musician, writer, record company executive. He's the creator and director of Cass Records, Cass as in Mama Cass. He was one of two drummers in the Detroit-based rock band The Dirt Bombs. He's co-founder and minority owner at Third Man Records, and is the official archivist of the White Stripes. We thought, right. Iain has seen a documentary about him, so okay, we'll include him. 44 today is John Baldwin Gourlay, American musician, singer, songwriter. He's the lead singer and rhythm guitarist of the rock band Portugal, The Man. 46 today is Robin Miriam Carlson. She goes by the mononym stage name of Robin with a Y. She's a Swedish singer, songwriter, record producer, and DJ. 48 today. He was born Kenneth Wayne Brobst. He took his father's name. He's now known as Kenny Wayne Shepherd, an American guitarist. Self-taught, never learned to read music. Started, his grandmother bought him plastic guitars with green shield stamps. Apparently he used to go through them like a dose of salt, wreck them, because he was really trying to play the guitar. His dad was a concert promoter and he met several names, and by the age of 5 was starting to play a proper guitar. Anyway, let's go on. 63 today is Paul Clark. Michael know this name, I'm sure. He's Leeds-born English musician. He's best known as the keyboard player of the post-punk band The Bolshoi. 66 today is John Sidney Linnell. He's an American musician, multi-instrumentalist, and he's one half of the alt-rock band They Might Be Giants. 67 today is Meredith Ann Brooks. American singer, songwriter, guitarist. She was your bitch. 72 today is Jonathan, aka Rocky Burnett, American singer, musician. He's the son of Johnny Burnett, the hillbilly. Was it hillbilly? You know who I mean. Anyway, 73 today. Now, she's an American rock singer. She was the backing singer for 38 Special. Then she was asked to join the Rossington Collins Band. She married Gary Rossington, who turned out he was the longest serving and the last surviving original member of Lynyrd Skynyrd. She married him, and it's her birthday, 73 years young. 75 today is Brad M. Carlson. He's better known by his stage name, Bun E. Carlos. Bunny Carlos, original drummer for Cheap Trick. 79 today, Andrew Jonathan Roberts. Andy Roberts, we know him as. English musician, guitarist, singer-songwriter. He's best known as being one half of the folk rock band Plain Song. But you've heard him before and elsewhere. If you've ever heard The Scaffold, they were an a cappella group whenever they started out. He was asked to join, and he is the lone guitarist that you can hear playing on some of the Scaffold songs. He's also played with Roy Harper, Chris Spedding, Hank Wangford, Kevin Ayers, Vivian Stanshall, Grims. He's played on many sessions for artists such as Richard Thompson, Cat Stevens, Paul Corder, and believe it or not, Maddie Pryor. 82 today is David Brian Nelson, American musician, singer, songwriter. He's best known being a co-founder and longtime member of the band New Riders of the Purple Sage. 84 today is Roy Harper, English folk rock singer, songwriter, guitarist. Several people have cited him as an influencer. And he's been acknowledged by Led Zeppelin, Pete Townsend, Kate Bush, Pink Floyd, and Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull. Lastly, not leastly, 93 years young today and granny of us all is Maria Sophia Coetzee. She's known as Mimi Coetzee, and she's a South African soprano. So we've got 3 matches today. Back in 1970, Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac married Jenny Boyd. They got divorced 5 years later in 1975. 1997, rapper, actor Snoop Dogg, he married his high school sweetheart, Shantae Taylor. Ah, isn't that nice? As far as I'm aware, they're still married. 2014, there was a band called The Band Perry. Sister and 2 brothers. And the lead singer, Kimberly Perry, she married MLB Texas Ranger catcher JP Arancibia. They got divorced in 2018. People don't seem to stay married for long these days, at least in the music world. Anyway, the talking point tonight is problems with Google Cloud Services, the fact that we can't get on StreamYard, whatever Rocky's been up to this week. Right, hang on. I'm not looking at the screen, so what?
Grimes, the Womble Badgers.
Badgers of Walthamstow.
Brilliant, Terry. Brilliant.
Mike, good old Mike's found us. Good old.
Yeah.
Richard, as Mick Jagger said in 1967, what a drag it is getting old. Yes, it is. Yes, I can tell you. And yes, thank you, Chris. Welcome to the House of Fun. Yeah, welcome to the House of Fun.
It is the House of Fun tonight.
I thought at least doing it. Got a madness straight away.
Yeah, I got that one, Richard. I got Douglas McCarthy, Nitzareb. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to attempt to do what's on next week now.
Okay, you do that. I need to bring up the...
Right, has it come up?
Yeah.
Hang on, just as I bloody switch screen. Yes.
It is. So
and
I'm gonna have to do this this will be a bit of a cock up, but hey ho.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the control that I used to have.
No, I know. It's me. Yeah. I've got to do everything tonight. Right. So, yeah. So what's going to happen Monday if the system doesn't collapse? Well, we're going to do the Cardigans album ranking, a very good band. From are they Swedish?
Who?
The Cardigans.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
They are.
Yes.
The Cardigans are Swedish.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were Swedish.
They are. I knew they were from Scandinavia.
Correct.
So we've also got a really good perfect side, a bit of southern rock, and the second album of Lynyrd Skynyrd, Second Helping. I'm looking forward to that one. So let's go to Tuesday.
Yeah, Cardigans from Sweden, formed in 1992.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Part 6 of the Frank Sinatra story. We're coming to the end now. This last decade, 1990s. And we're doing the Searchers. Why are we doing the Searchers in retro ranking? Because they are playing their final gig at Glastonbury very soon.
Yes, and it is their last performance ever. They will be ended after they perform at Glastonbury.
So we're going to do my favourite songs for the Searchers. Grew up on them. Takes us through to another summer dozen. I'm doing a bit of grungy rock type thing with a good band called Pearl Jam. Looking forward to that one. That'll take us through till Thursday next week. And what a sophomore drone we've got. Representing the United States of America, Bob Dylan. Representing Canada, we have Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, go on.
I love him.
And then we've got a camera's view, and we're going to look at The Who live at Albert Hall. And this is one of John Entwistle's final performances with The Who before he sadly left us. So on Friday, what do we got Friday? Well, we've got some Jefferson Starship live albums, 2 new albums to review, yet another album from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and the new album Fantasy Island, and the new album from Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts, Talking to the Trees. And then next Saturday, we have got a little special, a bit of a folk top 10 with myself, Richard and Mike, and we're going to be picking our favourite Steeleye Span songs. Right, so that's that bit done. Let's try and get rid of that.
Right, there's something else we need to do, bots.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking up these bands that.
Yeah, I want to get rid of this.
Yeah, Ian.
Oh, good and Lightfoot, excellent. Right, so I now want to get rid of that. There we go. Hi, Mike. I'm glad you got my message eventually. Yeah, I've sent one to Nick.
Yeah, I was. Yes, when you called, I was in the loo. So.
Well, yeah, I don't expect you to answer the phone while you're in the loo. A bit too much more information. So.
Yeah.
Yes, Terry, it was a hard one today. Fairport against Steeleye. Toughie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I had to go down for nitty.
I have to respond to. I have to go on the app because I can't do it on the phone all the time. It's because I'm checking the messages.
Yeah, I don't know if I can send a message. I bet I can.
I think we can see them coming through, but I can't downside, so I don't know what is going on there. What's happening with StreamYard tonight?
It's at the bottom. At the bottom of the screen, there's a private message button. Click on that, and then that enables you to type in Restream. But it's best to do the chat in YouTube, then everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
right. So it's not
if you want something private, then use the Restream one.
Okay.
Yeah. Why we're on here tonight is because Google Cloud has been, I don't know if it's been breached, and StreamYard uses it and you can't get on. Yeah. So I thought of this one because I know that people use this. So it'll do for tonight. At least we're up and running.
He was using 2 laptops. He used Liz's laptop, the kid's laptop. I tried using the mobile on the app, and I was like, "Something's not working here." Something's all right.
Zeb, those two, Crocofant and Soft Fog, have both been added to the list.
There we go. This is very similar to what's it? We're not on HD though, I'm afraid.
No, I shall repost that StreamYard thing. I can't. Yes, I can. Yes,
Dave is just here chatting tonight. He's got a night off. It's me doing all the heavy lifting today.
Yeah, there's I can do some stuff in, but I'm trying to play catch up with.
Now, is there a thing to do make people big? Yay!
Oh, well done.
Well done, mate.
Nobody wants this.
Bonsoir, Romuald. Ça va?
Yeah. You're looking a bit low res at the moment, Chris.
Yes.
Just the power of my personality, mate.
Okay, yeah, if you say so.
He's in 360 compared to the rest of us.
Yes. Yes.
Different locations, like guys.
Oh, Ian, We'll be so happy to hear Gary Newman is releasing yet another live album in July.
That's all right. I'll just review it. I don't have to rank them all. Anyway, how did you vote then, Mike? What?
Well, I actually listened to both the albums today. I thought I might as well. And for a minute, I thought that Pleased to See the King was going to lose it on the basis of the awful artwork on the cover.
Yes, it is pretty naff.
Oh. I mean, I think you were quite generous to give this a 3 for the artwork, quite honestly. You know what about?
You're the wrong way round.
Well, how do I?
Yeah, your cameras.
Use
a mirror.
If you go to settings,
yeah,
the little cog underneath.
Settings?
Underneath where you can see the screen.
Oh, yeah, I see, yeah.
Cog, and then you want to go to your video, and down at the bottom you will see a button marked mirror. Turn it off.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Just a minute. I can't.
Do I need to turn it off as well?
Oh, mirror camera. I see it. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit odd because I held.
There you go.
Yes. I held the album up. I thought that's on the wrong side. Yeah. That's.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway, where was we?
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So.
What?
Yeah. A while ago, Gav got a comment on one of my videos, and he said that folk albums have awful covers, and I think this is an example. You know, it's kind of like it's a bit lazy, isn't it? You know, let's have something that looks a bit rural, a bit rustic, you know, and that'll do. A bit of old sack with the name of the band and the album title on it.
Yeah, as I said on the video, I think the fonts and that should have been a bit brighter to contrast it. I think if they got a contrast of that would have been smart.
If you look, I mean, on the back, right? So you've got the whole track list in there, and it gets lost in the background of the sort of, you know, the weave of the sort of this kind of Hessian sort of thing. Yes, it's not great at all. You know, whereas
that is fantastic.
That's really, I really like that cover. Yeah. So how did I vote them? How did I vote? Well, it was a difficult one, wasn't it? Because you've got.
I know what way you vote. You didn't vote for Steel Ice Band.
Right, I did. Yeah. Now the reason, right? What we've got here, we've got, you know, Fotheringay, and what a way to start an album! What a way to start an album! Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, I mean, one of Sandy Denny's sort of greatest. And then, you know, She Moves Through the Fair on side 2. Another great sort of Sandy Denny vocals. And of course, Richard Thompson's, you know, Meet on the Ledge. But I think this album is sort of like, it falls down a little bit because it's like it's a collection of songs rather than an album, I think. You know, there's kind of lots of different things. You got like Mr. Lacey, you know, a nice sort of bluesy sort of sound, but it's not. It doesn't really go with the rest, you know. And what else did I have? I had sort of other sort of objections to it. Or not. Oh yes, Nottingham Town. It's a good enough version, but you know, others have done it better. Particularly Shirley Collins, but this is an absolutely brilliant album, one of Fairport's best. But this one here, you know, Steel Ice Band, second album, and it just it just all fits together, you know. You mentioned, you know, the blacksmith on here.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, I prefer the version on the debut album. Bit more sort of upbeat. But, you know, not to say that this isn't great, you know, and, you know, Boys of Bedlam, you know.
Brilliant track.
Quite sort of, you know, the psychedelic sort of nastiness, really, in the lyrics. You know, it's quite dark, quite dark. You like female drummer, don't you? And the two jigs. What is it? Oh yeah, Brian O'Lynn and then the Hag with the Money. They're two of my favourites.
Yeah, I love all their jigs. To be quite honestly, I mean,
yeah.
I've seen a lot of folk bands, you know, in the wintertime, cold fire in a pub, and they're at least all the bands I saw in that one winter, they were doing Steel Eye Span jigs.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You know, and I mean, you know, Cold Haily Windy Night, excellent song. The King is one of my favourites, even though it's it's a short a cappella song. But I like it because it's weird, and one of these days I'll tell you what it's about and you'll be surprised. Lark in the Morning, yeah, female drummer we mentioned, don't we? Lovely on the Water's a great way to finish. And then, oh yeah, False Night in the Road, which is a sort of, that's Martin Carthy's influence there, you know, in the album. And again, you know, it's one of these sort of folk songs that it's an encounter with the devil, you know, and I like that sort of thing. So on balance, I gave it to Steel Eye Span. But
yeah, I listened to them. I mean, as I said, I listened to them under the headphones,
yeah,
in the dark. I wanted to, since I've had my new computer, it's got a Bluetooth, and I hadn't tried out my big Bluetooth headphones. So I thought this is a good opportunity to try it. So I set it all up, and and it was at night, and I put the headphones on. It was late at night, and I just sat there and listened to these two albums. I had to really focus, and I gave it because I think the production on the Steel Eye Span is just a little bit cleaner.
Yeah. The guy, and his name escapes me now. The producer of that album, he produced the first three Steel Eye Span albums.
Yeah, it's a great sound, and yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to next Saturday when we do our top 10. I mean, I've put it together now, so.
Oh yeah, that's a week on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've put mine. I've put mine together. So
Richard was asking earlier if you had your lists ready.
Oh yeah, mine's ready, and
yes, I listened through all the albums, and do you know what? Another thing, I sort of kind of reevaluated Stormfall's 10, and I think it's a better album than I kind of remember, really.
Yes, it is a good album.
And the reason I gave it another listen is I was listening to, you know, there was a Steel Eye Span, the big sort of like reunion concert where they did the sort of different, you know, the different versions of Steel Eye Span, sort of like, and I think they do Wife of the Soldier and the Black Freighter.
Yes,
from that sort of iteration. Of course, Martin Carthy's back for that album. So yeah, I gave it a sort of you know, another listen, and I thought, yeah, it's a lot better than
the seven's now become 8.
Well, it could do if you want.
Yeah, well,
you know, unless that buggers things up for you.
No.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
No, I think it's a good album, and I've got to thank Nick for getting me that. That's when he phoned me up and said, "Have I got it?" And I went, "No." And then I had a knock at the door.
That's very good
with it.
Yeah. I think while we're talking about getting albums, I think Richard in the chat mentioned an album. I think it's Winter of Discontent he's picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That's a brilliant comp. You know, I mean, that's one of the sort of Pete Wiggs and Bob Stanley compilations. And yeah, I'm glad you got hold of it, Richard, because it's is probably the best one. That one and the Paris one are the best. Paris 68, that's a good one. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I've had on today, because I've still got it in here.
Oh,
Blues, the On the Threshold of a Dream.
yeah.
Kind of title. And this is, of course, an original.
Yeah.
I picked this up as a
Oh, you got the booklet inside, yeah.
the booklet one, yeah. I picked this up for £6
Yeah.
at a record fair in Northampton.
Yeah.
About
It's strange because Moody Blues don't seem to get a lot of love by the looks of it. You can pick up, you see their albums all the time at record fairs, don't you? And they're always reasonably priced.
yeah. I mean, I'm starting. It's like this will be like a Steel Eye Stamp collection. I'm only going to get the quintessential things. I've got 3 now, so on Saturday I will be looking out for some more Moody Blues in the bargain buckets.
Yeah, well, I'll have a look for that. Hey, we're looking for Slade as well, aren't we?
Yes, for Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be sending Richard all the way to America some Slade, some glam rock for him.
I did send Richard this week.
Oh, we look forward to that.
And, so, because what happened was I ordered one to watch them in concert in Cardiff next month. That was part of to get the tickets earlier, that kind of stuff.
All right.
Website, new limited again, because I'm a completist when it comes to the Stereophonics. I thought, hang on, I have to get this. But guess what, guys? It's exactly the same album on exactly the same color. There was no difference at all. So I bit the bullet. It cost me a few quid, but it's on its way from Wales all the way to see Richard. So I think he's looking forward to it.
That's good.
So, yeah.
That's odd, Richard. That's odd, Richard. Steel Eye Stamp CDs cost more than the albums. Yeah, I mean the albums are really cheap, aren't they?
Yeah, gutted about Brian. Yeah, I mean, I think we was lucky to have him as long as we did, really, because he hasn't been in the best of health for many years. But he was just unique. There we go. Thank you.
That's all right.
Tell you what, guys, if you want to watch some good documentaries or good films, check out Disney on the Beach Boys documentary, and there's also a John Cusack in. That's really good as well.
See, Nick's found us. Excellent.
Hey, hi Nick.
Yeah, if you want the link, Nick, just let us know, and I'll put it up in the chat for you.
Yeah.
I could send it. But
Yeah. Eating my dinner. That's Nick's pre-match routine, isn't it?
Yeah, eating my dinner. Anyway, Mark, we didn't talk about last week's Challenge Cup final.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah. Well, I wonder if Andy's in tonight in the chat. I've seen him, but you know what? It was two scrappy tries and 1 penalty, but what a match!
Oh God, it was one of the best cup finals I've seen in a long time. You just didn't know who was going to win that until the end, did you? Really?
No. Well, I mean, look. I mean, all the Warrington fans were all celebrating, weren't they? Last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then that try. I mean, you couldn't get more scrappy than that. The winning try.
Yeah, it was a scrappy. I mean, but
great. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good final. I mean, no one dominated that midfield at all, did they?
No. It was really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, I mean, I did watch a bit of the ladies, and that was a turn out for the books. St. Helens thought they were going to stroll in, and Wigan beat them. And they didn't beat them; they hammered them.
Yeah, I know. It was it was so one-sided, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, just reading some of the comments about Brian Wilson.
You watch the prices of vinyl go up now with the Beach Boys.
Yeah, through the roof, wasn't it?
Yeah. We've forgotten to do something here.
Have we?
Yeah. What's next month?
Rain.
July. What were we doing today? We started doing today.
Oh, you've got to do the wheel.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, I've got to work out if I can do this the same way as... Oh, come on. That one. Share. Hopefully you can see.
I've got to add to the. I've got to do it. Hold on.
Ian's got to do all the work.
Yeah, we've got it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to see what our top 10s are for July.
Well, one of the things I have to do because I have left Twitter because of the absolute bloody hatred that's been posted on Twitter. I went and sat out in the back room today, dozed in what little sun there was for about half an hour, woke up to find about 400 posts full of nothing but racial hatred. So I said, right, that's it. I've had enough. Bang, I'm out.
Is
And
Dave,
yeah.
Dave, is that all to do with Ballymena?
No.
No, that's pretty fast, isn't it?
It was Ballymena. There was there's a load of stuff on Israel, but for some reason I'm getting a load of posts about Stacey Solomon.
What?
Yeah, about how she announced something, or she said something on a BBC program which has now been deleted. What? That's a load of absolute BS. It's downright bloody lies. So all right, I've had enough. I'm off. But in doing so, unfortunately, I used to sign into the Wheel of Names with my Twitter account. So I'm having to create a new account. So anyway, I need to shuffle these numbers around so they're not in bloody order, and then we need to pick two.
Yeah, 7th of July. This is for the 10th of July, which is the UK one.
Oh, good year.
1980. 10th of July, 1980. Yes, we'll have a bit of that.
Hang on. I need to scribble myself because I'm going to have to add that to the schedule.
Right. All right, don't worry. I'm writing it down.
You're writing it down. I need to write it down as well. That's that.
Yeah. So this is for the 20th next.
Oh
one.
no.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh.
Now then, are we going to accept 2 weeks later?
Yeah, but it's America, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's see that we can see how good the British chart was to the American in 1980. Sorry, America.
it'll be 2 weeks apart, but okay, right.
Yeah, that's never happened, has it?
No, that's the first time we've had that.
Right.
Okay, so I can stop sharing that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, talking about that, when I was doing the 76 for someone's birthday this week in America, I put it together and thought, what a load of old tosh in America. What we were listening to in 1976 over here, we were listening to punk and great stuff. They were still discoing and twee sort of rubbish.
That's probably made itself over the pond, maybe nothing else.
We were still sort of glam rock and discoing. Punk was only just starting back then.
Well, yeah, 76.
We were still big hairdo, big shoulder pads, and lots of sequins.
Yes, it's all different.
Start again. Let's say 76. Yes, Pulsar, you're right. Charts did start to get a bit better.
And 1976 was trash. Yes.
Yeah. Terry is saying about Brian Wilson having issues. Yes, he was actually diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic because of his drug use.
Yeah, it was just such a shame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why the remote
Insane.
sounded so good.
Do you agree with that, Mike?
Oh dear. Yeah. I mean, maybe, compared to what was around.
Well, you Mr. N. Walker, well, I can tell you what I think of you. Bog off. Go and find something else to do. Like pick your nose. Or go and play with the fast lane on the M1 or something. Go and play with the cars on the fast lane.
Good.
Come in here.
Good name, though. It's a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking of in a good way, talking of Rob Walker, I thought I'd have a crack at his 12-inch singles, and I didn't realise how many 12-inch singles I'd got. And I counted them. I've got 102.
Yeah. They kind of creep up on you. My 12-inch singles are kind of in with the album, so.
I did buy some crap, though.
Well, this is it. But...
Talking about the Ramones.
Yes.
That's the only one.
Probably all you need, really.
Yeah, world's shortest album, eh?
The greatest hit.
Yeah.
That's a point Simon's made about Brian Wilson.
I don't know. He did an awful lot of drugs, and it did send him a bit loopy. But
Right.
I don't know.
That's a pretty coloured one.
This was a Black Friday Record Store Day release. I picked it up. It was quite cheap, actually. It was about 20 quid. So I thought, that'll do me for the Ramones. So yeah, pick that up.
Oh God, haven't you got better things to do than keep creating tapes? All I'm going to say to you is, you keep creating, and I'll keep doing that.
Stop biting, Ian.
I can do that all night. I don't mind.
That's what she said. So,
Richard,
what do you say?
I showed all my 12 inches in my response, literally 23.
That's not a bad number, Richard.
Yeah. So how have I done it? Oh, Rich.
You wait, he'll be popping up on you now like a race.
Yeah. Yeah, when I picked out, I decided I was going to show my picture 12 inches, and then I just randomly picked, and I got 30, and I looked in the rest of the bin, I thought, God, I've got more here than I thought. So I counted what was left in the bin, and there was 73.
Oh, well.
I mean, there's a lot of, when I look at there's a lot of Quo, there's a lot of Marillion, there's a lot of Mike Oldfield, there's a lot of Art of Noise, because I went a bit mad. I showed two Peter Guns, different mixes.
Right.
But they were only $1.99 in the day.
How many status quo in there, Ian? Come on.
Yeah.
How many status quo? Well, they didn't release until they reformed. I've got about 7. And I look at them and, God, why did I buy this crap?
It's an investment. Yeah, right.
I don't think so. It's really strange thing is that 12-inch singles, seem to be cheaper than 7-inch singles at record fairs.
Yeah.
I mean, not always, obviously, but I think on average.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't.
Just
I don't look at them. I shall look on Saturday if we see anything.
Yeah.
No, David. Well, he's going to get a few, isn't he?
Yeah, it was quite easy. I mean, I didn't even, I'll admit now, I didn't even look. I just picked them, put them on the side here, and every time I picked one up, it was, oh, it's this one. And I don't know if you could see the steam in my clogs going round, trying to think up when it come out. And
on a quick side note, it's Father's Day coming up on Sunday, right? So every year I try and come up with something new. So this year I was in the children's department, and there was a card. You're going to love this. Ready? You might want to make me big for this one. I've been in tears for the last 2 days just trying to work out how to do this.
let's make you big for it.
Go on. Go on.
It's a card, but you've got to colour it in.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is excellent. That is excellent.
Hang on. So, hang on. So it says there, fun, right? Best Daddy Award. Hang on a minute. Wait for it. Picture of my daddy.
Wow, that's fitting image. That is so good.
And you got, my daddy's the best because happy, always smiling. That was sarcastic, by the way. Sunday dinner and farter. And it says the back, from Chris, age 42.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
Excellent. Yeah.
Nothing to do with records. I just thought I'd show it because I thought that'd be a good piece to
That is really good. That is really good.
Yeah, today is not all about records. It's just whatever's on your mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's one.
Oh, look at Simon. I knew he'd make a comment.
Yeah. Yes, that should occupy you. Yeah, we can say this is a bit like grumpy old men sort of thing. I wanted to phone Sky over something.
Okay.
After half an hour, I gave up because I couldn't speak to a human being.
Yeah.
Use this app. I don't want. I said, I don't know if they hear this. I don't want an app. I want that in person. Put the phone down. I had a bit of a telephone rage. I tend things around the bleeding houses just because they don't like talking to people. Is it something with Gen Z and millennials? Yeah. They don't like talking to people on the phone.
I will say this though, ex-BT worker, we do speak to customers on a regular basis. So it's kind of, you're coming through to us to UK call centers because that's what I used to do. I used to do broadband and that kind of stuff to fix people's issues and TVs and all the rest of it. So you're always speaking to someone. But yeah, I've heard about Sky and Talk, and it can be a bit of a
because
headbang, should we say?
BT used to be outsourced to another country, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and then it was brought back because of the complaints.
Well, originally, if you remember, BT were originally the post office.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they were. Won't be a moment. Someone
himself is pointing at the front door. I think I've caught up with all the requests. Yes. 15, 20, 28.
I tell you what, Dave, I opened me on my live stream on Sunday because I don't think I can cope with this.
It seems to be basically the same, but we're more used to StreamYard. I'm sure that at some stage we'll get it sorted out. Let's see, 28. That's 62.
Yeah. At least you can see the chat if you.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's it's a bonus.
Because Mike, on this, you can't do comments yourself when you're on the live, like the video live stream with us. You can't leave comments at all. You can only do it in the private chat. So that's why I keep going back to my phone. So he's trying to contact me. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I'm on a PC and I've got YouTube another tab there. So.
Yeah, I can't even see how the poll's going at the moment. So
It's 15 votes.
Wow, who's winning?
7-8. I'm not going to tell you who's the 8, not yet.
Oh.
Because it's been even Steven until about 5 minutes ago. So
should I tell you what I voted for? So I voted for the king because I had no idea what you lot were on about. So in our house, there's only one king.
Yeah.
And his name's Charlie.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that on Facebook. Does he go and sit on the turntable?
No, he sits here next by here where you've got my lager at the moment, and he sits there, and I put music on, and he just falls asleep. Just chills out.
My mum, when I lived at home, my mum had a cat called Tabitha. And you'd put the record deck round and she'd sit there. She wouldn't get on the top of the thing, but as it was going round, she'd go.
Yeah, I'm not leaving this open, mate. This gets closed because I just.
No, I used to close the lid, but there she was going.
All right.
Trying to stop it. Yeah, she used to do that. Also, on telly, if I was watching football or rugby, she could see it, and she was trying to get the ball. Stupid.
Yeah, Nick's having a rant, but
yes, I'm not a put that.
Yeah,
but he's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, when it comes to mass transit, I go back and forth.
Yeah, one line of tedious, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what you forgot to do in all the hassle of getting on tonight?
What?
You didn't do your stats.
Oh, can't find them. So, I don't know what stats we got. Anyway, what was you on about July? What have we haven't done for July?
It was spin the wheel to get the dates.
Oh, that okay. Well, that'll give me something to do tomorrow, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to do sort of my jobs I do on a Saturday, on a Friday tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. You're otherwise engaged on Saturday, aren't you?
I am, yes. Oh, and by the way, there is no live stream next week because I'm going somewhere that I've totally forgotten about.
I forgot to tell you about last week's sophomore.
I can't remember. I'll say, yeah, I'll do these things, and I forget. And then I have to get reminded.
Would you like the result for last week's sophomore?
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting.
In the live stream, it was 11-8. On the posts, the old community tab, it was 16-7. And an overall win of 27-15 to Blue Oyster Cult.
Hey, I win.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's 13-10 to Fairport Convention.
I'm losing.
You're losing. So if you're making notes of who's won and lost, you won Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah.
But,
no, Terry.
You know, you showed the.
Yeah, Terry, it's to do with the, me when I do the trip down memory lane and one down the sidewalk, not Rocky's wheel. That's not until a couple of weeks' time. And I've added the ones that were suggested last week. I've actually added to the wheel. I haven't forgotten. I did it in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't do anything because I put it on a post-it and stuck it on the screen. So I woke up in the morning. Oh, I better put them on.
Best way. Yeah. Good. So we got we got plenty to be going on with, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. That I like that one from Richard.
Which?
Well,
an idea for Rocky's wheel. Why did I buy this?
Oh, shall I write that one down on your post it?
So do you know what?
I'll put it on
Sorry, it was Terry that put it up, not Richard.
Terry,
right.
That could be.
What,
do you know
what was that subject then?
So do you know
why did
I
buy this? Yeah, albums. 2 albums spring to mind on that, and they're connected.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, we've all done it.
Do you know last Sunday? Did you pick this one out?
Yes, I did.
Found it. When I said I got it, it's on the Rocktober when I went up Liz's house. It's on blue vinyl after.
Blue vinyl. Wow.
So,
mine's not on vinyl.
That's weird. The front cover is absolutely awful, but the back cover is quite nice, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, I like that.
Better, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. But...
Yeah.
That was about 20 quid as well. That was on record store. Record.
Yeah, I bought mine for $2.99.
Yeah, I didn't. I tell you what, I have been listening. I went back to an album that I go back to now and again. Was this one?
Oh, The Men at Work. Yeah, that's the one that their breakthrough album, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, mate. It's really, really good. It's a good album. Like, you can shake your head all you like, mate, right? But I bought it and I like it.
Yeah. Do yourself a favour, mate. Go and watch Ben Rankin's videos, and then you can listen to some brilliant Australian music.
No, thanks. I'd rather shoot myself in the head than listen to him.
Really? Yeah. Well, you know. But you know, Men at Work. I mean, it's so cliched, isn't it? I mean, oh dear.
Though, it's music.
See, I mean, good things have come out of Australia. I like, obviously, AC/DC, a band called Kings of the Sun, Cold Chisel.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Alex Beer and Vinyl mentioned Cold Chisel the other day on.
Yeah, I heard. I went, oh, someone else likes a bit of Cold Chisel.
Yeah.
If you like Cold Chisel, you like Jimmy Barnes.
But you know, it's the Saints. The Saints, the best punk band ever.
Jet are from Australia. You liked them last week?
Yes, I know they're from Australia. Yeah. But Men at Work, no.
Was it Midnight? Well, Midnight Oil from Australia.
Yeah.
Well, they were a poor man's Men at Work, weren't they?
I don't know. Yeah. But there's some absolutely brilliant Australian punk out there. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Yeah, they're nearly as good as our punk, isn't it? They were on the same. Well, they've always been on the same wavelength, haven't they? Really?
Yeah.
Music and
absolutely. But you know, a band that lots of people like, of course, is the Giz. You know, it's impossible to keep up with their discography, especially if you're going to buy their live albums. They seem to release a live album just for every gig they do nowadays, or so it seems.
Hey, Ian, have you changed your mind over Pulp yet?
What?
You'll find out tomorrow.
Oh.
I was trying to get a teaser then.
Yeah, I mean, privately, Chris knows what I think, but publicly, I will tell you all tomorrow.
Replying to Simon, yes, Mazzy has put out a Brian Wilson video, but he's combined it with Sly Stone.
Oh, right, yeah. It was, yeah, absolutely, Pulsar. King Gizzard. Absolutely brilliant.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Their new album's out tomorrow, isn't it? Phantom Island.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a new Neil Young album.
Yeah, there's four coming out. There's 4 coming out tomorrow that you're reviewing over the next couple of weeks.
Half Man, Half Biscuits
Ian.
out tomorrow.
I know.
Ian didn't make.
Yeah.
Mm. Nick.
Oh,
Nick's in the private chat. Yeah,
Michael.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, folks. We're now at.
Hey.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm not. I can't cope with this one.
I know.
A poor man's StreamYard, but Google are being very naughty.
You're like Karen Black in Airport 77.
Yeah.
I can't fly the plane.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. No one else can come up now. But who?
Is that it? The 6?
Yeah, we're back to them.
That's the maximum, isn't it?
Yeah, on this.
Yeah.
And we're not in HD tonight, guys.
No, oh dear. It's a shame, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Anyway, Richard, I'm trying to think which would be the shoegaze King Gizzard album. Yeah, it'll come to me. But you know, when you buy one of their albums, it could be anything. It could be metal. It could be psych. It could be shoegaze. But they're nearly always brilliant.
They're good at
they've only
marketing.
been going. What?
They're really good at
how many
marketing
out?
'cause
They've
they
only
come
been going, 10 years or more, and they've released about 50 billion albums, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know how they do it because, the quality always seems to be there.
And they're touring as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm subscribed to their YouTube channel, and it's about once a day you get an email up, get a notification up that they've got a gig recording going live.
No,
Yeah.
Some of their concerts, those 6 hours. They did when I did the live albums, I was wondering they played a track off every album in one gig. So that's 40 odd for starters.
Yeah, I know. I mean, invariably the YouTube gigs are around about 2 hours, but sometimes they're longer. Anyway, now Michael's up.
Yes.
So just before sort of like doing this evening, I had the psychedelic experience of watching your latest video.
What you
How
think?
are you?
Yeah, that was funny.
Brilliant. Even better when it's auto-dubbed.
No, it wasn't auto. What do you? Oh, you used YouTube's dubbing feature.
Yeah, I use. Yeah. It's absolute. He's absolutely brilliant. He's a superstar.
He just loves the microphone. He loves the camera. Total ham bone. You won't find another record store owner like that in Japan. I don't think.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, Michael.
Yeah, is that the bit when I went in to send your that the message has come here? Was that the picture with him? We're going.
Was that? Wait. Say it again.
There was a picture of you and this other guy going.
Yeah, with their thumb. Yeah, he taught me this thing where it's a Japanese thing where you hold your hands out extended with your thumbs pointed at each other. So. Yeah. I guess that's their thumbs up, right?
Right.
And his assistant took that photo, and I was just like, oh my god, that's going to be the thumbnail,
Yeah, it looks from. I shall watch that tomorrow afternoon, so I'm looking forward to that. Just good. It's one of them thumbnails. You go, yeah, this is going to be good. He looks really good. He looks a super guy.
He's just a total, and he led me. The whole thing is in chronological order, although my gimbal started to fail at the very end, so it ends a little bit abruptly. But, he took the lead. I mean, that Queen album, I think that is a super rare record. I mean, he's in the music business, so I suppose he got promo record. and white label promos before they came out. I mean, they were like, they were cheap as dirt back in the day. And so he just held on to them, put them in his collection. And that's true with most record store owners here. I mean, it's their collection that's the genesis of a store, because they just have too many records.
Michael, did he say he was a singer or something? Or
he's a neighborhood singer. I mean, he did have a TV hit called Onigiri, which is basically a song about a lunchtime food here, like a food snack. Be like singing a song about a buddy sandwich, to put it in language that the British or Welsh people could understand. It was like onigiri. It's something that your mother packs in your lunchbox for school, right? And I don't know who the woman is, but every time he does a duet, it's always a duet with another woman, and they wear like military, I don't know. It's like it's just ham bone stuff. He showed me a single that he did, his first single. Then he had Onigiri. That was in my previous video. Another one for this shot. And then I Love Takadano Baba, which is, I guess the city hired him to do a theme song for a local event, and they pressed a record. So he was absolutely thrilled about it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was so bizarre, so surreal. I mean, it was brilliant. But he was showing all these records, and all of a sudden he shows you this massive collection of Franz Gould albums, and it was sort of, well, where did that come from?
He had it last time, but that's why I wanted to go back there and do a deeper dive, because I saw he must have 100 of them there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this. So,
yeah,
Michael, can I just ask you a question, mate? So, you know the difference between Japanese presses and UK presses and American presses? Can you hear the difference in the quality compared to probably other pressings then? Because I always wonder about this. Everybody on YouTube seems like you've got to get the Japanese presses. It always, with the Obi strip and the rest, sound better in your ears.
Sometimes. I know you want a scientific answer. Sometimes,
right? And
they tended to lower the bass on recordings in the 60s, because the homes are made of wood, and it cut down on the vibrations so it didn't annoy your neighbors, because that's a cardinal sin here, is to annoy your neighbors. But they used virgin vinyl, and they used their plates less. In other words, they would switch out the plates on a shorter run, shorter than the Americans would. So they're shorter run pressings. And they take really good care of their records. So the question is when people say like Japanese pressings sound better than UK and American, well, are we talking about vintage pressings? Right? Because, I mean, if you compare an old Japanese record to an old American record or an old UK record, it depends how the previous owners took care of them.
Of course it does, yeah.
Agreed? What kind of stylus was played on them? Agreed? And so Japanese, I mean, they're like anal retentives about holding on to their records. They would buy them. They would write them to tape. They would never throw them out. Right? When they sold them, when they got old and or somebody died, they'd call the record store like Disunion, who would come and buy them. So you're talking about an ecosystem of vinyl in this country that's just been like it's held in place, right? It doesn't leave. It's only now that people are coming in and leaving with suitcases full of like 50 or 100 records en masse because of the conversion, the yen to dollar, the yen to euro conversion. Now they're really attractive. So, I mean, of course, the Obi it has nothing to do with the sound. It's just like, it's bragging rights. It's something unique, it's a hype sticker for lack of a better expression. Right. And so, and here you go. Here's Simon answering it in like, in 25 words, whereas Michael took, lather on for like.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that playing Motorhead No Sleep Till Hammersmith in a Japanese house, it'd probably shake it down. Because obviously the bass on that is full in your face from Lemmy, so it probably everything would fall. The house would just collapse.
Yeah, but I mean, the pleasure of Japanese pressings for me is the covers. I mean, particularly the singles. I love.
Right.
I love Japanese sort of single covers. They just look great, and it. And I mean whether a pressing sounds better or worse, as you say, Michael, it's all to do with how well looked after the record is in the first place, what it's been played on before, but also it's what you're actually playing it on, isn't it?
Right.
So
all these factors.
Yeah. I think these things can be very sort of very subjective, can't they?
The Japanese, they don't lust after Japanese pressings. They lust after American and UK pressings.
Yeah.
I'm quite serious. I mean, I've been out with Japanese shoppers. Their idea of the OG is British or UK pressings. And those two were kept really well here. So, you can go. I mean, yeah, they have like mold stains on the jacket after 50 years, but when you take it out of the jacket, there's it doesn't even look like it touched the spindle.
Right.
There's no scratches on the paper that somebody was finding the spindle hole on the turntable. There's none of that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You said
How
that.
close is this record shop to you then?
When I was a youth worker, we had some youth workers from Japan come over, and I got told one of the guys wanted to go to a record store. So I went, yeah. So I took him down to the one I go in. He bought at the time, which should have been 8 albums, the entire back catalogue of Iron Maiden.
Wow.
Well, it was up to Seventh Son, the Seventh Son at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I says, haven't you got these? He says, yeah, but I want the British versions.
Right.
I said, well, these are I said, the first two are reissued. He said, it doesn't matter. They'll sound a lot better than the Japanese.
Yeah.
So he brought the entire collection,
Yeah. I think maybe part of it is that because I've noticed, when in the past, Michael, you've shown us some price lists, of albums, and some of these sort of British sort of pressings are way overpriced compared to sort of UK prices, and of course over here, Japanese pressings, can be pretty expensive, and I think a lot of it is probably to do with the novelty, isn't it?
Yep.
UK pressings are rare in Japan, and Japanese pressings are rare in UK.
Yeah.
And it's a novelty. It's something different, and I think that kind of probably drives the market in both countries to a certain extent.
Yeah. A lot of super expensive records here. I mean, make note, that
Yes, I
Beatles
noticed.
Parlophone, that's a $10,000 record,
Wow, yeah. I noticed some of the prices though in Harry's.
Yeah, it's a bit, they're gonna sit. They're gonna sit as well.
Yeah.
Is he using Discogs?
But yeah.
What's that?
As an example, do you reckon he's using Discogs and his example for pricing on?
I don't think so. The Japanese just use Discogs to check prices. They're not really buying records on Discogs. And I got that corroborated.
No, that's what I mean. Checking prices on Discogs.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
They're checking market value and pricing accordingly.
Yeah.
They should try Facebook. How much they go from Facebook market list.
Yeah. That's a really good point from Terry, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember that the K-Tel sort of records, they advertised on TV, weren't they? And you'd probably get about sort of 20 plus tracks on each album.
Yeah.
So, which was way more than you would normally get. So yeah.
Ian, is Richard coming on or?
I don't know.
I don't know where Nick's gone. He's
I don't know where Nick's. I'm sure. No, I think Nick was having some issues.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
Shall we see if StreamYard's up? I'm not been working on it. See if they've fixed their problem.
No, still down.
Oh dear, that's not.
Oh,
good. That's not good.
Think how many? Yeah,
it's
on YouTube.
It's not just StreamYard. There's a host. I've been looking at other stuff. There's a host of online games and streaming services that are down because of Google Cloud.
Someone will be
YouTube's working okay.
That cloud.
Yeah. It must be over Britain at the moment because it doesn't stop raining.
I know you've had it as well, Ian. Why have you had bloody sunshine today?
It's been muggy, sunshine, but very sticky.
Yeah, it's been lovely up here.
It's been non-stop rain all day here.
Oh dear.
Yes.
It's been bouncing off the floor. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, this morning when I got up, it was quite warm, so we went out for a walk about 9 o'clock this morning. So, it was nice then, but it was getting sticky. You can always tell when it's really hot because for some reason Rocky loves going right under this desk, out of his bed and into the corner because it's so cool under there.
Right. Yeah. It was a bit humid earlier in the week here. It was not nice at all. Not great weather for sleeping. But there you go.
That's a good point. That.
Yeah. Americans sort out UK pressings. A lot of British collectors collect Japanese and the Japanese sort.
Yeah.
For quality. Yeah, it's a vicious circle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depending where you are is what you want.
Well, yeah, but there's a sort of scarcity value, isn't there, in each of those markets?
And just uniqueness. Foreign.
It's exotic, isn't it?
Yes, exotic. That's the word.
I mean, I remember sort of back in it'd probably be the late 70s where you started to get sort of, particularly with singles, you would get sort of Japanese sort of imported versions of sort of singles. And they were always, they're always really expensive. But I do wish I bought some of them back in the day.
In the States, British imports appeared before the American issues. So a lot of I have a bunch of early Genesis stuff. Those are British pressings because I wanted them so bad, and I got the UK pressings. All right, and I paid a premium.
Yeah.
But economically, I didn't think there's any difference.
StreamYard is up.
Did I tell you what?
Go on. Sorry, Chris.
Go on. Did I tell you what my mother-in-law found in the attic?
No.
Did I tell you? The original UK pressings of the mono.
Wow. And are they moldy or in pristine condition?
Perfect condition.
Wow.
Yeah. She won't let me.
Where are they now?
She won't let me anywhere near them. No.
They
need to be played.
Yeah.
Give me now.
She's been on this couch too.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, they've only been played. I think she said she's played the records maybe not even twice. What?
Right.
So I said to Liz, I want that in the will.
Yeah. Haven't you got a load of Glenn Miller 78s in the bank?
I have, yeah. I have got I've got Glenn Miller, and I've also got Lollipop by the Mudlarks.
Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah, it looks like Jason Rowe has.
Hey Nick, how's it going, mate?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
You all right?
Back again.
Yeah, I lost all connection. I think there might be a problem with the internet at my end. I don't know.
It's all going on. Yes. But it looks like StreamYard is back.
Mm-hmm.
But we're on here now, so we'll stay on here. Can't be asked to go back and yeah.
It's working well enough, isn't it? It's working
Yeah.
well.
It's just not. I just had, you know, when you have that light bulb, because I remember someone else uses this one, and Rachel went onto this one, didn't she? So I thought, whoa, I'm gonna see if we can find it.
Same kind of setup where on StreamYard you've got to drag the faces into the middle to make them big. Is that the same kind of setup, or have you got to?
No, on StreamYard, there's a little thing, but here there's a little arrow. So, like if I went with Michael, you know, I hit the barrow and Michael becomes big. Michael, you're the wrong way round.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You think I'm in reverse?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Your record.
Yes, you're
in reverse. Yeah. I did that. I did that when I came on. Yeah.
If you look down at the bottom, there's a little cog wheel settings.
Mirror camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah.
There you go.
There he is.
Show talker. Mad Dogs and Englishmen. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know, it's a little bit different, but it'll do for now.
Yeah, I think Richard. I think we'll keep it as a backup in case StreamYard goes down again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, communication works. I instantly called round everybody.
Yeah.
And it worked.
I started panicking. It's like Facebook message. I sent it to Simon. I was like, it's not working.
I know, we were panicking.
We were going,
I was like, I can't deal with this on a Thursday. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Terry has a point. Problem with non-UK singles is they could be a different edit, which was a pain.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
A different edit. Why? What?
Because sometimes they could change lyrics.
Oh, true. Yeah, they probably had some things that were just words in it that were just too UK centric.
Yeah. I like to
Bird's a girl. Thank you, Simon. So kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know they have to change words on some singles. Like, I think Here I Go Again, when they did the US remix, they had to change hobo to drifter.
Right.
And I do know another story. When James Bond License to Kill come out,
Yeah,
it should have been called License Revoked. But isn't this true, Dave, that the Americans couldn't cope with the word revoked or something? So they put
it was the American market. They thought, or the executives that said no, don't like that, don't like that.
Yeah.
There you go, Terry. 10cc I'm Not in Love was a full version in the UK, but edited to almost half the length in the rest of the world.
Really? It's not particularly long single, is it either?
about 4.5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
How could you hack that to bits?
Yeah. It's not good, is it? But but you get the thing though that with a lot of American albums, particularly in the sort of 60s and early 70s, you would get singles on them, whereas in the UK the singles would be completely separate to the albums.
Yes.
I'm thinking, Procol Harum.
Yes.
Few of their albums don't have singles on.
A lot of Rolling Stones and the Who do as that as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So the songs that they included on the record were kind of subpar, right? They just weren't. They were kind of B. Right? I mean,
take an example. I Can't Get No Satisfaction was not an album on an album over here. It was just on a single song, but I think it's on one of the first or second album released in America. The Who did it as well. You know, they'd put singles that are released in this country, but not a single. They put them on the albums in America. Very confusing. Because when I did my album ranking for Rolling Stone, someone says, you missed off this, you missed off that. And I had to say, yeah, these are the British recordings, not the Americans. Why would I rank American albums when I'm from the UK over the Rolling Stones? It's just one of them things.
Yeah. I quite like the idea of singles being, separate from albums.
Yes.
But then I'm a singles collector. So.
Did you know Time Is On My Side was written by her and not the Rolling Stones? This I did not know.
No.
And there's a channel that just did a video. He's an older guy, and damn, I forget his name. But he's always like digging up stories, like rock stories, and he presented that Irma Thomas wrote "Time Is On My Side," and I had no idea.
Right.
Yeah, Paul Sal's got it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Chris, you're the rain must be bad or the weather, because you keep going fuzzy, disappearing. Looks like you've got a filter on you. That's better.
No, the light's good. There's a delay.
Ian, as I was going to say to you was, you like, obviously you like the Stereophonics, yeah? So have you heard of, nobody asked you, Mike, if you like Kelly Jones, you should check out his other band, Far From Saints.
Oh, right. I've not heard any of this stuff. Obviously, I know that he's got this band. So, yeah, I'll go and check him out.
It's kind of like maybe country folk kind of music. It doesn't sound like him at all. So one of the band members he's with, they used to support the Stereophonics when they went to America. And he liked them so much that he merged this other band with them. And they sing kind of like folk music and that kind of stuff, like Screaming Hallelujah. And you can tell it's Kelly Jones songwriting, but it sounds...
It sounds a bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah. So... really good. I meant to mention it last week, but I totally... as I was putting the kid to bed, that's why I went off. Duties. But it's completely different to the Stereophonics. Completely different. So yeah, check it out. It's called Far From Saints.
Right, I shall check that out tomorrow. It's like, there's a lot of bands, they're in a band and then they go and do a solo album that sounds nothing like what they normally do.
Because he did last year as well. He did his own album that I went to go and watch live. So this is Kelly Jones on his own. It's one of the ones you've got to put your headsets on for. It's not Stereophonics again. So there's that one.
Yeah, I remember doing that, buying this Mike Rutherford solo album. And it wasn't nothing I expected. I brought
this one as well, but that's pretty much this. He's doing Stereophonics acoustic in the Apollo in London. That's really good as well. I'm fed up with talking about the Stereophonics. I think that's all I seem to talk about these days. The bands. I've discovered. I tell you what, since we've been doing live streams, I've discovered new music.
Yeah, of course.
That's good. I've ordered.
Go and check out Budgie.
So, Budgie.
Yes.
You might like Budgie.
Yeah, and a very underrated rock band from Wales.
Yeah.
They were almost famous, but they had a very cult following.
I'm sure Liz has mentioned about it. 2 seconds.
Oh, have we finished with Stereophonics?
Yeah.
Yeah, sick of that. Hearing about them, honestly. I mean, they're popular, but yeah.
No, I've sent him on a mission to listen to some Budgie.
Now there's a
Yeah,
Welsh
so I
fan.
just spoke to Liz.
Bread
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, I just spoke to Liz, and she said that her dad was into Budgie big time, and he's got him on record. So, yeah, because when he said Budgie, I was like, that's ringing a bell somewhere. What is? So yeah,
Is he holding on his? Is your father-in-law holding on to his records?
They're from. No, he's got rid of them actually. He collected back in the 90s. Yeah, the Budgies, 1974. I'm sure.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a brilliant band. I'm a big fan of Budgie.
Yeah, I mean, Bread Fan is just one of those songs. God knows what it's about, but it's just bloody brilliant. Yeah.
How long have I mean, I've been listening to that song for how many years, and I still don't know what it is.
No, but it's just bizarre, isn't it? But I mean, the whole album. I mean, Never Turn Your Back on a Friend. It's just a brilliant rock album.
Yeah.
What happened to the career of the female singer from Budgie? Did she go on to do other stuff?
Yeah.
There was never a female singer in Budgie.
I thought there was.
No.
Who am I
Three
confusing?
blokes, I think.
Huh?
But
I think it's 3 blokes.
I thought it was.
yeah. Well, he did sound like I can see where Michael's coming from, because
No, go on.
the vocal, some of it was quite high.
Yeah.
Bit like Eddie Lee.
Yeah. But they never, they never quite got the attention that I think they deserve.
No, they didn't. They come in that like the Groundhogs as well.
Yeah. I mean, the Groundhogs. I mean, their albums sort of like they changed so much over the years. I think my favourite Groundhogs is Thank Christ for the Bomb.
Yeah, that's my favourite album by them as well.
Yeah.
You see, another band from that didn't get the acclaim they should have got, and that was Stray.
Yeah, I don't really know them.
No.
Yeah, well, they were from around London area. Bromham. The guy you're thinking of sang, it was Burke Shelley. He did have quite a high voice.
Yeah. No, it's not that. No, it's I'm confusing. There was a 60s rock band from the UK that had a female singer, and I thought it was Budgie. It'll come to me.
Yeah, I mean, Stray. I mean, I'm ranking their albums very soon. So, but I got to meet Del Bromham when he left Stray. He formed another band called the Killer Bees, and he was just playing pubs, and got talking to him. I mean, the set was 90% Stray numbers, so the fans loved it. It was, and I got to know him. First name things. He was a really nice guy, and last time we saw him he was at a gig at the Stables. I can't remember who he was there, and he was in the audience watching the band. But yeah. I saw. I mean, it's a little while ago now. There was a video on YouTube, and it was a Led Zeppelin tribute band, and Robert Plant had gone to see them. Yeah, and gave them a good sort of thumbs up. So can you imagine? Yeah, but I mean, he, apparently, a mate of mine went to Wolverhampton, to Wanderers. He said he was walking around outside, and there was Robert Plant.
Yeah,
in his jacket, his Wolves looking just like a normal football fan.
Yeah.
And apparently he doesn't have a special seat. He just goes in with the crowd. But then again, I think half of the people wouldn't really know who he was.
Maybe not. But I think that's good. Because I mean, if you're really famous, I suppose there are things you kind of do miss out on, isn't there? And I mean, being part of the football crowd would be sort of one of them.
That is what they all talk about. That's the price of fame, that they can't be they can't be among the crowds. It's really.
Yeah, I mean, when I was at Noddy Holder, I was at the end of a platform. No one knew who he was. None of the youngsters did.
You're right, mate, Nick.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, he's contemplating.
You look absolutely knackered, mate. Have you had a hard day?
Fucking shit day.
Oh dear.
In this weather, yeah.
Has it been hot? Has it rained where you've been, Nick, today, or has it been hot and sticky and?
No rain at all. I've been all round Stamford area and then on to Peterborough villages.
Did you have any chance to go into that record shop, or were you too busy?
Too busy. Too busy, mate. I had my break in a lay-by and sat there making a list of 12-inch singles. So I might do that.
It never leaves you, does it? It never leaves you, even when you work. You go, I need to make the list for that thread.
The life of a record collector.
I'm the same. In work, I'll hear music as artists come on. I'm like, oh,
it's the only time I get any
there's
peace.
an idea.
What, in the cab?
Yeah. Too much noise and crap going on at home at the minute. And
yeah.
Well, on Saturday, even Rocky's going out for the day.
Oh.
Yes.
He's being taken out by your ex?
Yes. She's going to take him out, and he'll go and see his nan, who he hasn't seen for a little while. So he'll get enough for us to. He'll lap it all up. So yeah, yeah. She's off work, so she said she'll take him out for the day. She'll come and get him in the morning and take him around and go and see all her grandchildren, because they still talk about him. I think they're surprised that he's still alive.
How old is he? Don't forget to make him a lunchbox, though, mate.
I won't have to. He'll get spoiled, blooming rotten. He always does.
Yeah.
When she goes off with his mum. Oh, question for the panel.
Yeah,
okay.
No.
Have you met any?
Can't say I have. I have, Richard. No.
I can't see the question.
Have any of you met any artists or bands?
I've met Pauline Black.
What?
Well, Liz has met the Manics.
Yeah, and didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh God, who have I met? Oh, too many. Bev Bevan.
Really?
Yeah, I've met Bev Bevan. I've had a drink with Bev Bevan.
Oh.
I've met. Oh, so I met Bob Catley of Magnum, Mickey Barker of Magnum, Neil Murray, the legend that's Neil Murray, bassist of Everybody. Played with Brian May's band. He's played in Whitesnake. Met Mark Stanway out of Magnum as well. Met his wife. So yeah, well, I met Noddy Holder, of course, John Coghlan.
I'd love to have met Noddy. I'd love.
I spent 15 minutes with Noddy on the platform, and when he got on the train, he says, "Well, thanks, mate. That was waiting around," and he said, "It's nice that you come up," and he said, "You didn't ask me autograph." No. I said, "I don't need your." I said, "Not being funny, I don't need your autograph, Noddy. I've just got the memory that we've had a chat about music, and that's good enough for me."
I've met Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
Yeah, I met him.
Is he looks a nice chap. Is he?
He's a normal guy, just with the hair. There's no way from that. So obviously, I used to be good mates with Stuart from the Phonics, right?
Yeah.
And he was good mates with Tom. And we were back in Cardiff Bay, and Tom was doing something. He came back to Stuart's flat with Kelly and Richard and the rest of us. We were having a drink, and he started singing out Delilah. And this guy in the flat above knocked the door and said, "Boys, can you turn the music down?" He said, "We're not playing no music." He said, "That's all I can hear is Delilah." And he opened the door. He went, "Yeah, it's Tom."
That's brilliant.
And he went, "Fair enough." I just went.
Yeah, I've met Mick Box from Uriah Heep.
Wow.
Yeah, but I bumped into him at Wembley Arena, literally. Oh, sorry, Mick. Obviously, I met Del Bromham from Stray. I've met the Groundhogs.
Yeah. Do you know? Probably, if I bumped into some of these people nowadays, I probably wouldn't even recognise them.
Yeah, because they've aged so much.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this one from Pulsar. Pete Bardens, Jerry Jeff Walker, Dave Cousins.
Oh,
wow.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
No, not bad at all.
Working on a railway station, you do get to meet, when I worked on the railway, you did get to meet quite a lot of celebrities, full stop. I met Louis Van Gaal. He came through with, when he was manager of Manchester United, they were playing the Milton Keynes Dons, and they come down by train. And he just said to me, what's the quickest way to get down to there? There's our bus. So I says, no problem, follow me. So there was me trooping down with the man. Well, it wasn't the full Man United side because they were playing in the League Cup. And I took him into the service lift. I says, that's 3 at a time. and he was the sort of guy, he made sure all the team were there. And he was the last one. And he shook me hand. He says, thank you very much.
Oh, lovely.
He's a really nice guy. I met Simon Callow. Well, I actually used to, when he was in a play at Milton Keynes, I used to get him on a train that was only a set down only to get back to London every night. And he used to come and sit in my little room. He used to have a brew, put the world to right. And when he finished his run, he said, I know you're not supposed to have this, but you're the only one here. He brought me a bottle of whiskey for his... for letting him sit in there and waiting for the train in the winter.
Wow, yeah. He's one of the great actors, I think.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, we talked about his role. We talked about 4 weddings and a funeral.
Yeah,
He said the whole thing of that was brilliant. The cast were good, the crew were good, and we had some wild parties.
Yeah. It was one of those films, though, wasn't it? It kind of captured the imagination somehow.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes, the F word was used how many times?
Oh, God knows. Yeah.
He was a really nice guy. I've met some pigs as well. I won't mention them.
I'll bet you have.
Yeah. So I mentioned the woman that took off took off. Was it the word or the tune off BBC as well? Took Old Grey Whistle Test off.
Janet Street Porter.
Yep, you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had the Do You Know Who I Am? And I think one of it was, some of them were the cast of some, one of these reality. And the train man, he got into trouble over it. He says, "Yeah, you're a bunch of wannabes."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the best thing that you can say to, when people say, "Do you know who I am?" You just got to say, "No, don't know you from Adam, mate."
Yeah. I think the best one, you remember that guy when they had that ghost thing? What was it?
Most Haunted.
Yeah, that Derek Acora.
Yeah.
He got on a train, and one of my mates who was a train manager, he bought a ticket on something. I says, I nearly wanted to say, and that'll be so and so, and that the other ticket's for your friend.
he was a funny bloke though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he says I didn't in the end. He says, but I wanted to.
Oh, it would have been priceless, though, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Because he had a spirit guide, didn't he? Was it called?
Yeah.
Bert or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Stupid. No.
Yeah. What a load of old tosser. Yeah.
I tell me,
I've met some famous people.
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry. I've met some famous people because I used to work on Carnival Cruise Lines in America. They entertain. So I've met Jay-Z.
Has entertainer?
Yeah, I used to be a social host, which is like a red coat in Britain.
Wow.
So you do the entertainment in the day, like crazy golf and darts and hairiest chess competitions and all the crazy stuff. And I met like Jay-Z, Beyonce. I've met Taylor Hawkins actually. He was on there with his family. And mostly like celebrities, like newsreaders and stuff. So I was like, people are going crazy. The Americans go crazy. I'm like, who's this person? But yeah, so I did that for a few years. That was pretty cool.
Oh, Richard's had a chat with Frank Turner.
Oh,
yeah. No, that's a good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I find with a lot of these celebrities, they're a lot shorter when you think they are.
Say it again.
Like the kind of I'm only 5'10", but I find that these are a lot of celebrities, especially in America, you come across. I'm 5'10", and they seem a lot shorter than what they are on TV. Eye level with me, you're supposed to be like 7 foot. Like Jason Statham, he was a lot shorter than I thought he was going to be.
What are their concerns when they're on a cruise line with you? What are their biggest concerns? Is it like the towels in the bathroom? Huh?
Sinking.
The most concerns is
surely they have
where's my piece?
Where's my piece?
Yeah.
But most of them can blend in as long as, because everybody's wearing sunglasses and a baseball hat, so you could pretty much be anybody around the pool.
Right.
But yeah, it was. I never used to bother them if they were walking past. I go, "Do I know you?"
I bet they like that.
I knew they would, but I just didn't want to go up to them, especially in work, because you're not allowed to approach customers that way, because they're supposed to be relaxed.
Of course.
But yeah.
Hospitality.
When I got married, the hotel I stayed in on that night where we had the wedding, Jim Bowen was staying.
No way.
And in the morning, we were both checking out at the same time, and no word of a lie. He says, "Are you the couple that got married?" He went, "Yeah." And you know what he said?
Lovely, smashing nice,
smashing great. And I had to bite my tongue.
Yeah. Did he show you what you could have won?
Yeah. Come back after I count this money.
Yeah. I nearly says, "Have you got your bus fare home?" But he was a really nice guy.
I was actually watching on YouTube the other day. It came up, it was on Challenge TV or something, and he was showing like the old clips, and I'm thinking there is no way you'd get away with that these days.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Michael knows who we're talking about.
No, I don't. I assume he's like a game show host of some sort.
Yeah, there's a book of darts thing.
Darts on TV used to be in one.
Yeah, I saw Peter Kay.
Okay.
And he does a great stint on that. It's brilliant. But what used to crack me up, you'd get someone living in Macclesfield, right? Or no, somewhere more, so say Chesterfield.
Yeah.
And they win a boat, a speedboat. Where are they going to moor it?
Exactly. And they got to pay taxes on it too, right?
Yeah. Or they win a full kitchen set. How do you split that between two people?
Right.
Or a car? Someone just go.
Yeah, but they were always offered a cash alternative,
which I'm sure they took.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can't imagine sort of there's going to be many winning contestants on that show that would say, "Yeah, I've been looking for a speedboat for a long time."
That's been. Who else have we met? Windsor Davies.
Yes, we met Windsor Davies. He was brilliant.
He was. Oh God, we had what, the best part of an hour and a half with him.
Yeah.
Lunchtime at the pub. He was appearing in the theatre.
Boy, did he! Did he? Yeah, I mean, in an hour and a half. He was drinking whiskey, wasn't he? It was.
Yeah.
What a nice guy, though.
Oh, lovely. And the stories. It was brilliant.
I tell you who is in for lockdown, right? With his family was Warwick Davis from Star Wars. Like the actor. I don't know how to pronounce this properly. But he's shorter.
Yes, he's
dwarfism.
Yeah. Well, I like Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was good with Carl Pillington when they done the Idiot Abroad. Did you see that when they went to, was it India or somewhere? You had to carry him everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a super guy. I mean, I can imagine him being as nice.
Terry's got one. Ted Rogers of 321. He was a complete.
Yeah, there's a really good 321 clip because Janice Long was on as a contestant before she was a Radio 1 DJ.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
And she won a canteen of cutlery, I think, and she was well pissed off. Yeah.
Them clues were absolute tripe, weren't they? You know what?
Yeah. But 321 was just bizarre, wasn't it? You know.
Well, it was.
And they had those sort of like so-called cryptic clues, but they were just nonsense. You know, dressed up as clues, you know, and you think, how the hell could you guess what the prize is from that description?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, when they brought it over here, The Price is Right, everyone was, you know, when they come on down, it was a little bit mundane. But I used to love watching the Americans. Just to remember The Price is Right.
Yeah.
When they got come on down, it was.
Yeah, it was Leslie Crowther, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did it over here. But American, this woman, I mean, how do you put it? She was a bit of an improper fraction. She was top heavy. I don't think she was wearing the
appropriate garment
because she was jumping up and down and she could have knocked herself out. And she was going like this.
Oh no.
It was 321 that had that dusty bin. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I see that.
God.
I know.
I
It was
hated that character.
Yeah. Do you remember Sale of the Century? Nicholas Parsons.
Oh, Nicholas Parsons.
Quiz
It's
of the week.
hang on. It's 8 o'clock. It's Norwich, and it's time for the Sale of the Century.
Yeah. From Norwich, the quiz of the week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you had
Yeah.
the station logo was the knight on horseback statuette, slowly going round and round.
That's right. Yeah, Anglia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Anglia.
Anglia.
Yeah,
The TV.
yeah. Well, that was good. I mean, but Nicholas Parsons is an absolute legend.
Oh, he's found the clip.
Oh, yeah.
You want sound?
Make him big.
Okay, hold on.
I'll make it big as well.
Make him big.
As long as it springs okay.
Oops.
I know a clock.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. You got it.
Here in the Horseshoe Saloon, it's a rare and beautiful antique grandfather clock dated 1780, and it's worth about £900.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They used to stand there, didn't they? They're going,
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that was the 70s for you, wasn't it?
Oh, Terry, that's nasty. Amanda Holden was on blind date. Whoever chose her asked for his money back.
yeah, there was a big
So
controversy on that, wasn't there? They put,
He met Warwick in Milton Keynes. I'm like, Richard, what are you doing in Milton Keynes, mate?
it was in Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
That reminded me.
In
Obviously, when
Tempe.
that was on, if you worked on that weekend, did you see some sights? You'd see Klingons getting off the train. You'd see stormtroopers, Darth Vader, Wonder Woman, Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All
we used to
doing their
have,
cosplay.
yeah, we used to have
It might be.
a board in the office, and
Oh.
we put up all the and we marked and had a book to see how many Batmans would we see. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I've been to a few with the missus when she was still alive, like, and the kids. Kids have got photos and autographs of Chris Barry from Red Dwarf.
Oh my
And
god!
and what's the name? Oh, I forget her name now. Who played Holly?
She was a comedian, wasn't she?
Yeah,
That's it.
Hattie.
Hattie something. And yeah,
Yeah,
Not Hattie Jakes.
no.
A completely different person. Yeah. Yeah,
We-
she
we-
was good, wasn't she?
Yeah, she loved my youngest son,
Hattie Hayridge.
That's
Hattie
it.
Hayridge. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got autograph photos with them and all that. The kids. Yeah, I've seen loads of people there, like Dave Prowse, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
We went to one at Milton Keynes. There was a load of the old footballers there. Gordon Banks was there. A lot old Tottenham Hotspur players. Seen WWFE wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
If you know your wrestlers, you know you've probably heard of the Legion of Doom,
yeah.
Road Warrior Animal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seen them all.
Yeah, you saying, Mike, about Hattie Jakes? When my great grandma at 90 went into a she was a bit younger than that. She went into ward and control, much to her disgust. And there was a lady that lived next door called Em. Her niece was Hattie Jakes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And so I got to meet Hattie Jakes.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Yeah.
And we obviously I knew who she was because of Carry On films.
Yeah.
And she was lovely.
Oh.
And I must have been because she must have been I was about 8 or 9, and she gave me a £5 note.
Oh,
Now that would have been 70 something. So
yeah.
Oh my God.
£5 was a lot of money.
It was.
Well, yeah, especially for a kid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would have been over the moon with a 10-bob note.
Yeah, but £5 note, you know.
I remember saving up. We were over in Cyprus at the time, and I remember saving up my pocket money. And I got a £5. Went down to the bank, handed in all my savings, and got a £5 note in exchange. Stuck it in an envelope and sent it off to a model shop in London. And 3 weeks later, a model Saturn V rocket was delivered to our front door.
Wow.
What? I said, yes, I saved my pocket money, £5. I got this.
Wow, wow, yeah.
Saturn V.
Yeah.
It stood 2.5 feet tall by the time I finished.
Oh, yeah, that sounds brilliant. Do you remember postal orders?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh,
You know, because, you know, when I was a kid, you know, used to get, you know, a postal order inside birthday cards and stuff. Yeah.
And you would redeem it for cash at the post office? Is that?
Well, you could either redeem it for cash, or if you were wise, you opened a post office savings account, and you'd go down with your book and you'd hand over your postal order, and they'd write it in that this had been deposited to your account, and it would gather interest, you know, sort of a penny a year sort of thing.
Yeah, I know.
But it was the act of saving.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was at my lower school, they started a thing. The TSB Bank started a thing, and they would come to the school, and we'd have like a savings. They would, and we used to go every week, even if it was 50p.
Take your piggy bank and empty it.
Yeah, basically that's what we did. You know,
I remember that. Yeah. I mean,
your little
you got a little sort of booklet, didn't you?
Yeah, and write it all down in
Paying every week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm not about that for years. Yeah.
Oh, my brain just opened. Like totally forgot about the post office. I was just like,
You know, postal, you know, bank books, you know, where you know, is very common in Japan. So, I mean, you go in now, people still use them, and you slide it into a machine and it updates. So, like, my wife will say, I got to stop by the bank, right? And she'll feed her bank book in, and you have to wait like 30 seconds because it's like dot matrix printing every transaction that she has on her account. And they still use it here, whereas in the States, you know, everything is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Gyro Bank, yes.
Yeah, it was my first bank. Because when we went over,
that's Souvlaki, right? The Gyro Bank.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, gyros as well. You know, unemployment money.
You say
the sort of post office checks. The gyro.
Ian, I saw
that's right. Yeah.
Today, Ian, I saw me big, and I'll try and show this video. I thought it was amazing. It's in Canada, in a record shop, right?
Okay.
Ready for this? Hang on.
A vending machine that dispenses vinyl record. Boom, the largest record store in Canada. You can try the Phonomat, and that is exactly what I did this weekend while using the Phonomat is very simple. All you have to do is purchase a token and insert it, and then you press a button, and then you wait for your random record to come out. And let's see what I got. Here's Kenny Loggins' "Meet Me Half" 7-inch vinyl record.
I thought that was epic.
It's epic if you like Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
Kenny Loggins.
That's brilliant.
Right. Him too.
I was like, wow.
That's great.
Oh, Nick.
To Brian in Canada, and he was like, yeah, we have got that.
Yeah. Nick, I may not be over at the start of July. we've been. I was due to go over to see a relative coming over from the States, meeting up in London.
Yeah.
And the airline costs have gone stupid. It's about 180 quid to fly into London one way. And I was going to go and stay up in Northampton with Ian and then go down by train because it was easier. The hotel prices have quadrupled.
Why? Is there something on them?
Yeah.
Grand Prix.
Yeah. It's Silverstone Grand Prix.
Yeah. Silverstone's just up the road from you, isn't it?
Yeah. £400 a night, room only.
Oh.
So that's kibosh that.
Just to lay your head.
It's right. I'm closing the poll, and it's a win. It's 20 votes, 55% to Fairport Convention, 45% to Sabili Span.
Ooh.
So I've written them down. So
that's So it was 55 to Fairport. That's 11.
So, Ian, I always forget this. I think I ask you this question every week. So you win if the audience chooses the same as you. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Has Nick disappeared again?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's
he's probably having a few issues.
It's just sent me a thing. We've got internet problems, so I'm calling it a night.
Okay.
We're up at the usual time Saturday morning. So.
All right.
I think
okay.
he's tired as well, mate.
Excellent.
He looks absolutely sharp.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 11-9 to Fairport on the live stream. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad it's close. Because it deserves to be.
Yes.
You know.
Right. I've just sent you okay. Anyway, I think this might be a good time.
Yeah.
Ian, you're going to Leeds this weekend? Is that the record fair this weekend? Yeah. Yep. Thought so. Next time I will try and come up. I will try.
Okay. So it's time to find an album for our thing. I'm going to show me Moody Blues.
I'm going to show this because I was reminded of it by an interview with Glyn Johns this week.
Fairport Convention.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, that's very nice, Mike. Very nice.
It's a lovely cover, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There we go.
3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to remind you, no stream next week because I'm doing something.
Okay.
Oh, be honest. You're going to a concert that you'd forgotten about that somebody else has bought tickets.
It's nice to be doing something.
Oh well. How you?
I think it worked a little bit. It's been one of them evenings, but we got through. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and we'll be looking out for Slade.
And we'll be looking out for Slade for you, Richard.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll find you something.
We will.
Right. Before you go, Chris, Record Hound is asking, where is this Canadian store? Where was that thing?
Location. Boom Records. It's
Vancouver, did you say?
Hang on, I'm looking really quick. Hang on. Sonic Boom. Hang on.
Or Toronto.
It is in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
There you go.
Canada's largest record store. So it is on Instagram.
Okay. I just popped it in the chat. There you go.
Yes.
Sonic Boom Records, Toronto. Echoes.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool, to be honest. I haven't seen that. Well, I've never seen that before, dude. Record just cool.
Randomly record. Anyway, we'll see you all in a fortnight's time. Hopefully, we'll be back on StreamYard. So no intro, no outro tonight. Just
yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.